What's going on? What's happening, guys? It is Lesiba Mothupi. I'm glad you're back here on my channel. On today's video, we are going to be looking at the markets. And one thing that I like is that here on the markets, we'd literally be looking at the dollar index. We're going to as well be looking at US30. We're going to be looking at gold and as well BTCUSD. So I'm glad that you actually did decide that you're doing this with me, because by the way, I do this each and every Monday whereby I'm able to just look at the markets. I share what I see, not as financial advice, but rather it's something that you can be able to just see in terms of how I see the markets, how I react when it does play out my way, even when it doesn't, how I'm able to just refix certain things, and most importantly, how I'm still able to be consistent, because we've been doing this for the past 8 years, which means that consistency is what matters more than anything. So I'll be also sharing with you guys some of the risk management strategies that you can take advantage of. Let's dive straight into it without wasting any more time. Currently right now I've got the dollar index right here in front of me. So what I want to do is I want to pick up exactly from where we left it, like the previous week. Because I remember, if you didn't watch the previous session, it was somewhere here this happened and I was like, there's a higher chance the price is gonna go up, come back down for a double bottom and then go back up. And yes, we see it did go slightly up, because it was still here when I was showing you guys that, and then it did go a bit more up and then went down for that double bottom, and then boom, now respected. Now we can see where it is. We're waiting for that push to the upside. We can see where it is right here. And anyway, this makes sense, because why? We've got this first touch, second touch, and then now here third touches. Plus as well, if I can just squeeze this in, I can see price already broke out, so I can do this, remove this, have this, and as well more like this, and I can see a falling pattern here, which basically represents a break to the upside. So then one further confirmation would be, obviously, because currently right now prices, let's say for instance, lower high, and then right here, lower low. So one thing that we're waiting for is for basically price to be able to break this lower high, more like this, boom, break the lower high, come back down, then go up. Why? Because it's going to give us a new high, which is going to be a higher high, and then from there we're going to exchange this for more like a higher low, you see. And then that's basically how the market is going to start changing and giving us that upward trend, only if it does happen to break above here. So that's what we were waiting for, that's what we're observing now. And yeah, man, it's going to be a beautiful week. So let's take a look at US30. So with this one here, nicely easy, I can simply see where we at. Let me just come from the daily, just so we have a clear understanding from a daily perspective. Currently you can see we've been here at this resistance from last year December. So last year December, this was all-time high here, and price went down, couldn't break it, went down, couldn't break it, went down, we back up. So now the question is it gonna break it or is it gonna respect it? Which means that the only way we can see is obviously if price happens to close above, that means that now it's a breakout. Now it wants to, do what we say in terms of going up and all that. But also, because of previous history, it failing to break, let's not go against it. Instead, what we'll wait for is for price at least to break below this, and then a further confirmation will be price breaking below this low. If it breaks below the low, now this is going to be a lower low, and then we'll go from a lower high. Then now we're going to start selling, going all the way down with it. And some people might be like, oh no, it's going to leave me. No, it doesn't. Look here, market goes down, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and so on. You understand? So it will never really leave you. You shouldn't really have fear of missing out. If you do watch one of my videos where it speaks about fear of missing out, you'll be able to have a clearer understanding on it. But that was on the daily. So let me go to the 4 hour. Let's see. So now on the 4 hour, it's just much more clearer. You can easily see what's going on. Let me just clean this up. Clean this up as well. Just have it be more like this. Boom, boom. Last 2 touches here. Yes, clean this up. And then this here as well. Right here. We've seen this pattern multiple times whereby they've presented themselves to be profitable, but now I can see this is almost more of like a rising wedge type of a setup. And then here we can see we have first touch, second touch, now at third touches. There's that third touch, price was able to respect it, and as well here we're creating this double top scenario, first top, second top. So we could start seeing some sellers pushing here, going all the way down, maybe till somewhere here hitting take profit, and then that's where, you know, would still build on it, you know, would still have to build on it, because right now the only thing I can see is just by having this, you can see this management line, it has been broken. And yeah, man, this looks like a good setup. So I'll just wait for it to like push and then come back up and then take a beautiful sell that's gonna be able to give me a great risk to reward. Because remember, it doesn't matter if you see if something's gonna go down or not, because some people are good at analysts, like let's say being able to see that the market is gonna go down or the market is gonna go up, but they don't make a profit from it. You understand? So that doesn't matter. You being able to see does not matter. What matters is when you do happen to see it, how do you capitalize from it? How do you take advantage of it? You understand? So here I can see we already broke here. One thing that I would like is for price to come back here at the high. And once we up here, we'd be able to secure a sell more like this. That's what I would be doing on my side. So obviously I'll wait for confirmation. Then I did. So this could be one of the first take profits, but looking at it, there's a high chance that we might just break below and then come all the way down here. It's just that obviously such a setup is going to take a bit more longer time to play, because it'll go up and then go down, give us third touches here, like first touch, second touch, third touches here, and then it might now want to go a bit more up and then go down, and then play around like this. So sometimes it doesn't really mean that the market is going to move 100% exactly like, you know, how we want it, but the fact that we are able to forecast and pre-plan, it allows us to be able to have, you know, better understanding of what's more likely to happen in the near future. So now I'm going to be moving over to gold. Nice clean one. I actually want to walk you guys through a trade that I took on Friday and what the outcome was and how I'm looking to, you know, go forward with it. So Friday we saw this price went up, came here, it went a bit more up. I saw this high coming back. I saw it now retesting for a buy, and then I was actually on the 15 minutes, and then price, yes, it did re-come back. It was somewhere here, so I was like, no, I want a buy. So it went up. I put a buy limit here. It came, it activated me, and then it went up. I was like in nice profits. I was so happy, but I didn't want to lock in profits because I was waiting for it to like close above here. You see here, so I wanted it to close above, so I didn't lock in profits because why? I was waiting for that close. And then what happened is that it went down, it went up here, then it went down, then it took me out as soon as the market opened, you know, took us out somewhere around, because this was when the market closed, but in the AM's Monday, that's where he took us out here. And then afterwards, when I woke up, that's when I saw that, wow, it's up, it's now massively here. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm just going to update it, and then with new information that I got, we are able to see, yes, we are able, I used the 15 minutes to be able to just guide me so I can have that final entry. But one thing that I used here is also just by taking this line from here, first touch, second touch, and then now being here at the third touches. So if you look at it proper, this was more of a third touch type of a scene, more like this. Let me just do this. And then here at the top, if you look at it, this is like a setup that's more like this, that eventually broke out. Because if you look at it, this is that engulfing candle that broke out, went above, even broke below, above this lower high, it broke above. So now it's a coming to retest here for a cleaner entry. That's what I'm looking for. One last re-entry that's gonna be more like this, and then more like this, more like this. But at the same time, there's a high chance that we saw that the dollar index could be, you know, going up instead of down. So if it goes up, it allows us not to be able to understand why the setup didn't work, because anyways, it's breaking, it keeps on breaking the lows, like this, it keeps on breaking the low. There's a low, that was broken, and another low. Let's say there's another low that was broken. You can see there's low, there's low. So maybe this setup as well could be lining up for a sell. And the only way it could line up for a sell is like right now I can see here it could be our highest point for sellers to be able to just, you know, engage in. But if this price happens to break below the low, this low, and it breaks below, to me now it's confirming that it's lining up for a sell. I'm not gonna, like, you know, try to convince myself otherwise and so on. I'm just gonna wait for that sell, and that sell can come in different ways, whereby sometimes it could come in a setup that's more likely like this. See, first touch, second touch, and then touches here, third touch as well, first touch, second touch, touches here, then go up, sell, then go down. You understand? So that is like the markets. You don't really tell yourself that it's going to do this exact same thing and then you only stick to it. You need to train your mind to be able to understand different outcomes, so that if the market does behave in a certain way, you're still able to profit from it. And then BTCUSD. So this one here I shared it in the team on Friday, I believe, or Thursday, I forgot. But we shared in the Telegram group, and then boom. So if you're not, make sure that you are in the Telegram group. But yeah, we did share this, and then price shot a bit more up here. It went down, it went up, so we're like, now we just locked in profits. I think at max I locked in profits till somewhere like here, and then price now started like going down. So it did go down. Luckily I locked in profits, which means that I was able to take home as much as I could. And yeah, man, it did go down, and then this happened. So now in terms of adjusting, I'm just gonna delete this as well, delete this. Then I can easily see that, okay, we still have that flag here. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna adjust this, adjust it. You know, this is evolving the markets. Yeah, I can see we've got this area, first touch, second touch. Now here we are at third touches. So are we gonna break? Are we gonna hold? At the same time, I'm gonna look at what exactly are we doing here at these touches. And so far I can simply see that we've got this area that we are now in terms of the third touch, and then note the 4-hour candle was able to shoot back up. So for me to still have to believe in this being like a buy and stuff, price has to break above here. Once it breaks above, I want that retest, and then I want to see price continue shooting upwards. But if not, if it doesn't break above this level, that means that when it gets here, there's a high chance that we might start seeing a sell to go more, creating more lows and lower lows and so on. But that's it. That's what I have from my side in terms of on BTCUSD, US30. You know, we've also looked at gold. These are the instruments that I trade. And one thing that I like is that this is literally 100% my experiences, what I experience in the markets, what I'm able to learn from. These are like when I take profits, you're able to see. When I take losses, you're able to see. Everything is 100% transparent. And the best way to keep in touch is to be in our Telegram group. So make sure that the link is in the description, whereby you'll be able to get access to our Telegram group. I'm excited. I'll see you in the next YouTube video. Lesiba Mothupi.